KISHANE Thompson, Tia Clayton, Tina Clayton, Sharika Jackson, Brianna Williams. Is it worth it for pro athletes to participate in the indoor season? We'll discuss. And the latest on KISHANE Thompson, plus who won Central Champs. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to go. You better hit the notification bell so you know the next video drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. And ready? Yep, good to go. Well, simply because I know Jamaicans absolutely love KISHANE Thompson, we're just going to share this 2 short videos that he released recently on his page. The fastest active 100-meter sprinter in the world thus far for the 2025 season, KISHANE Thompson said, "Set your heart ablaze." And if you don't know the reference to that, if you're into Japanese anime, that is a quote from the very popular Demon Slayer series that I absolutely love. Anyway, so he shared these 2 videos of him in practice. And I believe the credit for the video goes to Sean Clean Click. Big up yourself, Sean. I think we're all excited to see what this young man does for the outdoor season. Now, she won the bronze medal last year at the Paris Olympic Games of the finals of the women's 100 meters hurdles. Of course, we're talking about none other than Puerto Rico's incredible Jasmine Camacho Quinn, who was the former gold medalist in that event from the Tokyo 2020 Olympics that took place in 2021. And she had a really interesting talk on this podcast that I love to watch with Justin Gatlin. And basically what she said is she came 3rd last year at the Paris Olympic Games, and she was nowhere near 100%. She wasn't mentally there, she wasn't physically there. And you know what? You listen. Justin Gatlin shared, "We sat down with a real one." Jasmine Camacho Quinn spoke on self-accountability being a pillar to her success. Know your body, know your mind, know your path to success.
This year, man, mentally tapped out. I'm not even gonna lie.
I know.
you like you gonna say, I wasn't there. When we went to the China Diamond Leagues, my head was, if I win, I win. If I lose, who cares? That's not me. So the fact that was my mindset for the longest, it was just like, what's about to happen? The route I was headed down, I probably wouldn't even have made the Olympic final. And it wasn't really until like end of May, I just started crying. And John's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just not there. I don't know what it is. It's 4 years in a row because I haven't really had a break. So I'm just like psyching myself out. I don't know what's going on. I think from there, that's when it kind of switched for me. And that was what, maybe 10 weeks, 11 weeks before Olympics. So I had to make something shake then. I wasn't even in tip-top shape. Getting to the Olympics, I'm grateful. It's normal for me to be mad because who wants to lose? But the fact that I wasn't in tip-top shape and I still grabbed a medal, I had to ask myself, did you give 100% all year? I didn't, because I wasn't mentally there. I was checked out. I wasn't myself. I wasn't moving how I was supposed to move. Like nothing was working for me. The fact that I wasn't 100% and still was able to grab a medal and barely lost by this much. All right, I think it's time to give 100% because I have never really given 100%.
So we know that the women's 100 meters hurdles is the most competitive race for the last several years at any major championship, world championship, Olympic Games, whatever. And Jasmine Camacho Quinn is certainly one of the top 3 on the planet. I mean, there's no question. Now, I've said repeatedly, if Jamaica's Akira Newton remains healthy, I think she's going to be the one to beat. I also said Masai, Russ and her, they're going to be the ones who are going to be battling for that first place. But if Jasmine Camacho Quinn said she wasn't even mentally there last year and walked away with that bronze medal, pretty close, it was tight on the line, I have to add her to the conversation because the truth is Jasmine Camacho Quinn is always dangerous. So, people, we're in for another incredible year of women's 100 meters hurdles.
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
Well, the Central Athletics Championships was won by defending champions St. Jago boys and Edwin Allen girls. In a clip from the Jamaica Observer, they wrote, champions St. Jago boys and Edwin Allen girls retained their respective titles on the final day of the Central Athletics Championships at the GC Foster College. 38 of the boys' finalists have been counted, and the Monk Street-based boys are out front with 316 points, well ahead of the second place Edwin Allen 245 and third place Clarendon College's 128 points. So congratulations to St. Jago boys and Edwin Allen girls. Things are changing clearly. Now, with the Western Championships titles, it was Stet's strength and strategy led to a successful defense of Western Champs titles. This, of course, was written by Paul Reed, my bona fide brethren for the Jamaica Observer. People, Champs is going to be fire, and I think the upcoming Gibson Relays is going to be fire. You know, I want to say on the 100th anniversary of the greatest high school in the history of mankind, which is Kingston College. Yes, I went to Kingston College. I was head boy of that great institution. I think it's going to be a little tighter than we anticipated because a lot of the schools are stepping up, people. The kind of wanton dominance that used to occur with a KC or a Calabar or a JC, I think this year is going to be very tight, but I do believe we're going to walk away with the title. Clearly, I have to believe that. Well, the Prefontaine Classic is pushing their last champion, Sha'Carri Richardson, at I think this is the 50th version of the Prefontaine Classic. Now, you do remember, she took the title the last time this championship took place, which I think was last year, if my memory serves me correctly. Richardson, you know, is a force to be reckoned with. We have to concede that. So I'm curious to see who she's going to be running against. I am hoping she'll be running against a Tia Clayton, a Sharika Jackson, a Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, and hopefully healthy Elaine Thompson-Herah. This is going to be really, really interesting.
World champion, Sha'Carri Richardson.
So do you think she's going to be dominant this year? Because I mean, if Julian Alfred is going to be there, if healthy Sharika Jackson is going to be there, if Tia Clayton is constantly improving, if I don't think a Shelly Ann Fraser-Price is going to be running this. I think they're going to preserve Shelly Ann. This is going to be a very, very interesting Prefontaine Classic. So, you know, don't. I would suggest we don't count our chickens before they're hatched. So we recently saw Tia Clayton and KISHANE Thompson participate in one indoor 60-meter run earlier in the 2025 season. Both of them had ran outdoor 60-meter at GC Foster College here in Jamaica, and both of them won quite easily. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I was a little concerned, as I think we all were, because when KISHANE Thompson won, he sat down on the track and to me looked as if he was holding his ankle. But we have heard nothing about injury. And of course, there's a fact that with several other athletes, the worries about Brianna Liston, for instance, running indoors in the collegiate scene, etc. And I constantly hear people talking about the fact that Jamaicans should just forget about indoors, it's not relevant. So I wanted to talk about whether or not indoors is really if it's something that we should just avoid as Jamaican athletes, or if there is a positive versus a negative to it. And our research has led us to see both the negatives and the positives. And we're going to talk about the possible negative impacts of athletes performing in the indoor season. Now, for those who don't understand, let me break it down to you very, very quickly. Outdoor seasons tend to start in May. That's April, May. Now, that's when they're running the longer, like the 100 meters, the 200 meters, etc. on the regular tracks. The indoor season really came about as a result of seasonal. January to February, March, in many of the major track and field countries, Europe, United States, it's very cold, so you can't run outside. So they develop facilities where you can do pretty much everything indoors, long jump, pole vault, almost everything. But when it comes to the sprinting now, we're talking specifically, I should have indicated, about the short sprints. Meaning the 200 meters, the 60 meters, because they don't have 100 meters, the 400 meters. The difference primarily is the track, the short track, of course. The 60 meters is not 100 meters, so you only run 60 meters and then you kind of run up this sort of curve into a foam thing to stop your momentum because the athletes are going so fast. And in the 200 and the 400, they call it the short track because the tracks are very tight. They're not like the regular 200 meters, so you're sort of running in a circle. So let's talk about the negatives of athletes, according to my research, participating in the indoor season. I'm just going to read. While the indoor season offers benefits, it also presents several potential drawbacks for professional sprinters. That's what we're talking about. Increased risk of injury, which many of you have brought up. Indoor tracks often have tighter turns, which can place added stress on joints and increase the risk of hamstring and other muscle injuries. 2. The hard surfaces of indoor tracks can also contribute to impact-related injuries. Limited distances. Indoor sprint events are typically shorter, 60 meters, which may not be ideal for athletes who specialize in longer distances. Example, the 100 meters, 200 meters. This can disrupt training plans focused on outdoor events and distances. These, of course, are some of the reasons why Brenda Liston starts her indoor collegiate season later. Now, these are more potential negatives. Travel and logistics. Indoor meets often require extensive travel, which can be taxing on athletes' bodies and disrupt their training schedules. Traveling to different indoor venues can expose athletes to different air qualities and potential sickness. That one surprised me. Indoor climate. Indoor track conditions can vary significantly, and the controlled environment might not always be optimal. Indoor air can sometimes be very dry, which can affect breathing. Some of the reasons why I think we're not seeing Ackeem Blake thus far for the 2025 indoor season. Plus, this particular reason, Ackeem Blake. Peaking too early, very important. Competing in a full indoor season can lead to athletes peaking too early in the year, potentially compromising their performance during the crucial outdoor season. It can be difficult to maintain peak form for an extended period. Potential for illness. Indoor venues can sometimes increase the likelihood of catching an illness due to the close proximity to many people. In essence, while indoor season can be valuable, professional sprinters must carefully weigh the potential risk and benefits to ensure it aligns with their overall training and competition goals. So we're now going to look at the positives. This is Sharika Jackson, of course, KISHANE Thompson. Some of the positives to pro athletes running the indoor season. Listen. For professional sprinters, the indoor track and field season offers several key advantages: competition and refinement. Indoor meets provide valuable competitive experience, allowing athletes to test their speed and race strategies in high-pressure environment. It is a chance to refine technique, particularly start and acceleration, which are crucial in the shorter indoor sprint distances. Now, people, we already discussed several times in previous videos how this improved Shericka Jackson, and made her one of the fastest women all time in the women's 100 meters. Her start was her flaw, and I believe her indoor season truly helped her. We saw the same with Shelley and Fraser Price. Now, more positives. Preparation for the outdoor season. The indoor season serves as a vital stepping stone, allowing athletes to build speed and sharpness before the major outdoor competitions. It helps athletes gauge their fitness level and identify areas for improvement. Focused training and racing. Indoor tracks typically feature shorter sprint distances such as the 60 meters, which allows for a more concentrated focus on speed and power development. This focused training can translate to improved performance in longer outdoor sprint events. Championship opportunities. Indoor seasons include national and international championships, provided opportunities to win titles and earn recognition. For example, the World Indoor Championships and the National Indoor Championships are very important for pro sprinters. Financial benefits. Professional athletes can earn prize money and sponsorship deals through strong indoor performances. Indoor meets provide a chance to gain exposure. In essence, the indoor season is a crucial period for professional sprinters to hone their skills, compete at a high level, and prepare for the peak outdoor season. Now, this of course is my 2 cents. Look, I constantly hear people for the last 2 years that I've had this channel focused on track and field saying that the indoor season is a waste of time, there's no positives. Obviously, after intense research, we found positives and negatives. And truly what I recognize is that it's really about what is the focus of the athlete. Shericka Jackson did have a problem with her start. After she did 2 seasons indoors, she improved her start so much that she ran that PB of, is it 10.65, I believe? I think it's 10.65, which is unimaginably impressive. One of the top 5 fastest women of all time. It was the indoor season, I had said that to you initially, that's assisted. However, counterpoint to that, of course, is we saw Keem Blake, one of our great young talents, get us far, come third in the men's indoor 60 meter indoor world championships, which is a brilliant thing. Made some good money. It brought him to a whole other level as a pro athlete, but it definitely impacted his peak for the outdoor season because he literally peaked after the Paris Olympic Games, which is why he was able to walk away with the win at the men's at the Diamond League finals. But then there's the other factors, like I said, the amount of money, the experience. So really and truly, you're not exactly right. It is not a waste of time. It really is dependent on what the athlete and their team, including their coaching team, what's their goal. Is it goal to make money? Is it recognition? Is it to improve a weakness, a start? Is it a chance to do real training against pro athletes? It is really up to, because what we saw, which was brilliant by Stephen Francis the other day, KISHANE Thompson and Tia CLAYTON ran 1 outdoor 60 meter at the beginning of the season, and they won 1 indoor 60 meter. I'm sure they made good money from the indoor 60 meter, but they also got the chance to test their speed, their weaknesses, to see where they were, and then he pulled them. We have not seen him in the indoor season, so they're now prepping for the outdoor season. I thought that was brilliant. We see Akira Nugent running consistently, working on her speed, which is important. And I find that you see the hurdlers run much more often. Plus, she just left the NCAAs a few years ago. She's used to doing that. The same thing we see with Julian Alfred running the indoor, because she just stopped doing that last year. She's also used to it. So honestly, I don't think you're right. It is not a waste of time. As I said before, it is really about what is the aim of the athlete and their team. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. Now, don't forget to check out our Printify, our merch store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit the like button. Remember, your royals, kings, and queens. Bless up!